ladies and gentlemen, what we talked about before, if you guys remember, I represents the square root of negative 1. That is what we call our imaginary unit. Okay? But if you guys remember, we talked a little bit more about, I kept on saying complex, complex, complex. I represents the imaginary unit, your imaginary numbers. But when we're talking about complex numbers, what we're talking about is a plus bi, where a is your real and bi is your imaginary part. And I tell you guys this because what we're going to be doing is going over how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. All right? Now, adding and subtracting are pretty much the same. I'm going to do a subtraction problem for you guys. 3 minus 4i minus 2 plus 6i. OK? Yes?
Is the b and I the imaginary part or just one of them?
The whole part.
Okay.
But obviously, a and b are real numbers.
Is it negative a?
Nope.
You just said complex on a line.
Sorry. Complex number is basically a plus bi, where a and b are real numbers, and a is what you would call our real portion, and bi is what we call our imaginary portion, okay, our imaginary part. Now, when you're combining them, this is what's the nice part. Combining them are just like how you guys would combine numbers, real numbers. You guys know how to do 2 plus 3, right? 2 plus 3 is? 5. Those are real numbers, right? What about if you had variables? 2x plus 3x is? 5x. So ladies and gentlemen, when you are subtracting, basically what you are doing is I just want you guys to combine your real with your real and combine your imaginary with your imaginary. Right? It makes sense that imaginary and real numbers, you probably can't combine them, right? You should just stick with combining imaginary numbers and combining real numbers. So if I distribute this negative sign, basically, Emilio, what you're doing is doing 3 minus 2 plus, or that's a negative 4i, minus 4i minus 6i. So do you guys see what I did? Is all I did was I grouped the real and I grouped the imaginary. I did 3 minus 2, negative 4i, minus 6i. Does everybody see how I did that?
Why did you distribute it?
Well, I didn't really distribute. I mean, basically, I just did 3 minus 2, negative 4, minus 6i.
So basically,
You could also, if you distributed, you could do it like this. 3 minus 4i, minus 2, minus 6i. If you distribute it, it would look like this. Then you just rearrange everything.
okay.
Does that make sense? OK. Well, let's do that. 1 minus 10i. Do you guys see how this is in that form, a plus bi? Even though that's subtract, it's a, you could basically say a plus a negative bi, right? Same thing. But that's in the format. That's how I want you guys to leave your answers. A minus 10i. OK? Cool? Más o menos?